Here's a hard truth. If you want to predict how things might play out in a new relationship, ask your partner about their childhood. It's not exactly romantic, but it's revealing. Often you'll hear a story soaked in sadness, where your partner played the victim, as most kids do. Maybe their parents ditched them emotionally for a younger sibling, ignoring their cries for attention and leaving them feeling invisible. Worse, the parents might have denied it, messing with their sense of reality. Or perhaps they grew up feeling unworthy of love because affection wasn't part of the household equation. Maybe they were belittled, told they weren't smart enough, sporty enough, or tidy enough to deserve approval. At first, you'll feel for them. Your heart will ache for that little kid who deserved a hug, not neglect. You'll want to swoop in, protect them, and be everything they didn't get. But here's where the story takes a turn, and it's one most people don't see coming. Fast forward a few years, 3 or 4, if not sooner, and something odd starts to happen. The person you wanted to save now starts to mirror the very behavior they despised. But this time, the roles are flipped. They're no longer the victim. They've become the perpetrator. And guess who's playing the victim now? You. Suddenly, they're pulling away, emotionally attaching themselves to a friend or colleague. When you bring it up, they gaslight you saying, "You're imagining things." Or they start to withhold affection, shutting you out like you're knocking on a castle door that'll never open. Maybe they start tearing you down, mocking things they once found charming about you. Your creativity, your quirks, your lifestyle. You're left wondering, what the hell just happened? Here's the tough pill to swallow. In their mind, relationships are a two-player game with only two roles, perpetrator or victim. That's the script their childhood handed them. And since no one wants to relive being the victim, they instinctively choose the safer role. They take on the perpetrator's mantle, the one their parents wore, and cast you as the victim to ensure they're never on the receiving end of the pain again. It's twisted, sure, but it's not random. It's their subconscious trying to exorcise old demons by recreating the scene with new players. They're not just punishing you, they're screaming out their pain, trying to avoid reliving it at all costs. What's the way out? Awareness. You've got to shine a light on the pattern, name it, and talk about it. Both of you. The bigger challenge is unlearning what childhood taught, this idea that relationships are a battlefield where you're either hurting or being hurt. Here's the better alternative, and it's the only way forward. Become the nurturer. Be the one who heals, supports, comforts, and loves. Not because you're a saint, but because it's the only role worth playing in a relationship. It's the role we all secretly crave and the one we're at our best when we step into. So if you see the pattern, don't ignore it. Call it out, challenge it, and choose to break it for both of you.